Yo, and welcome back to the Comic Jabroni's YouTube channel. Today's video, we're going to review, and by we I mean the hashtag Comic Jabroni Nation, we're going to review some new Comic Book Day books. So you're going to want to stay tuned. So welcome back. So guys, welcome back to the Comic Jabroni's weekly new Comic Book Day book review video. Guys, finally we have a new Comic Book Day back. Feels like it's been forever.
And it has been.
But dang, today we finally got some new books that weren't just DC, because for the past couple of weeks, it's only been DC books that have been shipped out. They've been shipped out through DCBS and Midtown and some other craziness that's been going on. But today we finally got some independent books, some stuff that I've been looking forward to, some Image, some AWA, but also some DC. We don't have Marvel yet, but that's coming up shortly. So today, after work, I went to my local comic shop here in Augusta, Georgia, called Top Dog Comics, and I picked up 3 new comics, a DC and 2 indie titles. Well, one's an Image, and you guys know how I feel about Image. But I also picked up some back issues, one of them being a key Turtle book, and the other one being a key 80s cartoon book. So we're gonna get into the back issues first, and then we're going to review the 3 new Comic Book Day pickups that I had. Let's go. So the key Turtle book that I picked up this week, I went on to comicbookinvest.com, and on that website they had a list of undervalued, underappreciated Turtle key books, right? First appearances of characters, obviously number 1, that's a big one. Number 2's pretty big, but there's a ton of other titles that give us first key appearances, and that first that I was looking for was Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and this is issue number 6. Now, as you can tell right here on the right hand side, we got a crocodile.
Who could the crocodile be?
Well, it's none other than Leatherhead, guys. Leatherhead is a character that I remember very fondly from the cartoon, and he was kind of like an Australian outback type of a crocodile or alligator. I don't really know the difference. You're gonna have to let me know. But this is going to be his first appearance in comics. So this happens after the cartoons, but it's his first in comic books. Really cool backstory that they give you on why Leatherhead is the way that he is, and it has to do with the Utroms, right? The Krang species. Absolutely loved it. And hey, at $3, you can't beat that. So if you guys go out there and you see this issue, definitely pick it up. But let's get into the other back issue that I picked up that's even bigger than this.
Killer Combo!
That issue is G.I. Joe number 1. Guys, I have been wanting, I've been wanting this for a very, very long time, right? I'm a very nostalgic person, especially of the 80s. I love all the cartoons from the 80s. Obviously, Ninja Turtles, then you got your Thundercats and He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. But this is one that I had been looking for because this is the number 1 issue of G.I. Joe, and they had it at the local comic shop that I go to here in Augusta, Georgia. And this one right here is signed by none other than Larry Hama, who is the writer of this comic. So I was totally down to pick this up, and I had seen it up on the wall for the past like 2 or 3 weeks that I've been going to this shop, and I keep talking to the owner about it.
And I finally got him to sell it for a really good price.
So super excited to get this. Now the only one left that I'm looking for out of all those like 80s cartoons that a lot of us remember watching is Transformers. So I've got a Turtles number 1, I got a G.I. Joe number 1, I got a Thundercats number 1, I've got Masters of the Universe and the first appearance of He-Man in comics. This one now, and last but not least, I'm looking for that Transformers number 1. So I'm out there hunting for it. If you guys got an extra copy, let me know. But enough of back issues, let's get into the new Comic Book Day books. All right, first up, we have an Image #1. And if you watched my video from Tuesday where I talk about some spec titles that you might be interested in, this was one of them. And this is Ludocrats, issue #1 from Image, written by Kieran Gillen. And the artwork is done by Rosignol. First name I do not know right now. But what can I say? I talked about it on Tuesday's show being, hey, this could be a spec book. You never know. Hey, written by Kieran Gillen, who we all know from Die. It's an Image book. The artwork is pretty decent in here. What I did not like, and this is my least favorite book out of the 3 this week, and to be quite honest, I couldn't even finish the read. I did not enjoy like the story of this, how you got these aristocrats that are just trying to be as ludicrous as they can, and they're using... The Comic Jabroni is not a dummy, but I'm also not a wordsmith. I don't have a dictionary, encyclopedia, and all this craziness, thesaurus, just sitting here next to me at all times. And there are some damn words in here where you're like, what the hell are they saying? I don't understand. Now, there's some really funny parts to this. There is some gore. There is some nudity right from page 1. And it just kind of threw me for a loop. Wasn't my favorite read. I'm more than likely not going to pick up issue... You know what? I'm not going to pick up issue #2. I didn't like this. Let me know, did you pick up Ludocrats? I won't be picking it up. I enjoy Kieran Gillen's art, the stories, but I did not like this one. Enough of this trash. Let's get into the second book. All right, so this is a publisher that is brand new out there, and that is AWA, Artists, Writers, and Artisans Up Shop. And this one's called Year Zero. This is issue #1 of a 5-issue miniseries written by Benjamin Piercy. Artwork is done by Ramon Rosanas and Lee Lowridge. So what I grabbed the variant wraparound cover. I was very lucky. Now, let me tell you something about Top Dog Comics here in Augusta. They are an amazing shop. They did not have any extra issues of this. I called earlier in the day. I said, did you get Year Zero? They said, yeah, we got it, but it's already sold out. So I went to the store knowing, hey, I'm not gonna get this. I wasn't gonna get this. But one of the guys there at the store, he had ordered it for himself. But the owner and this guy who works there said, we take care of our customers before we take care of ourselves. He's like, you can have the issue that I have for myself, because they have more issues that they ordered through Diamond. So that's awesome, man. I absolutely love that about the store. They take care of their customers. So if you're ever in Augusta, go to Top Dog Comics. So this one right here, it's a zombie story, but in this issue, you don't really see any zombies, because this is right when the pandemic first starts, and you get these stories from 5 different characters around the globe and what they're doing right when this pandemic starts. That's awesome, because usually in zombie comics and zombie TV shows and movies, you don't really get that. What you get is, boom, the apocalypse has already happened, there's zombies out there, what the hell are we gonna do? This one is, what were these 5 characters doing when the zombie apocalypse first hits? So I'm guessing in issue #2, that's when we're gonna get these 5 characters and more about what's going on right after the zombie apocalypse is really starting to, pick up a lot of steam. First character we see in Antarctica. This character is like a scientist. They're working with the ice and they pull up a zombie, this dead caveman looking person. Then you have this Japanese Yakuza hitman. You got this guy off in Minnesota who's got a bunker under his house. You get this kid in Mexico. And then the last character is, I don't know if it's the soldier or it's the woman that the soldier's helping in Iraq or Afghanistan. I'm not quite sure which one of the two is going to be the main protagonist of that little storyline, but I absolutely enjoy this. I cannot wait to read the rest of this 5-issue miniseries. So if you guys get a chance, pick up Year Zero and pick this this wraparound cover. This is a dope cover, guys. But let's get into the last book. And my last book is from DC, and it is Deceased Unkillables issue #3. I talked about this on my Tuesday show where I talked about the books that I was going to pick up, and Deceased has been one of my favorites. I like that series that came out last year. The artwork was subpar, right? But the story was amazing. In my opinion, it was amazing. Now the artwork is picked up quite a bit. because it's done by Carl Mostert. The story is written by Tom Taylor. But the story is just so amazing as well, because now you got these supervillains that are grouped up with some of the anti-heroes and some of the lesser known heroes. And they're training these kids, and this is the last issue, and they're trying to get out of Bloodhaven and get to Gotham City, because in Gotham City, that's where Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn have created this Garden of Eden, where these zombies can't get in, right? And now, humanity can live there. But on the way there, they're fighting the zombie horde. They're fighting a zombified Wonder Woman. You get a bunch of these villains and heroes that have to get out of their buses that they're driving down to protect the kids and protect the others on the bus so that they can continue on. There's a lot of death. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of action, and it is just amazing. And it gave me goosebumps reading it, because even in 3 issues, you learn to really care for a lot of these characters. Like, wow, this is a different way of seeing Solomon Grundy, and it's really a different way of seeing Deathstroke and how they care for others, and Cheetah as well. So I absolutely loved Deceased Unkillables, and I can't wait to see what else Tom Taylor has in store, because this might be the last issue in Unkillables, but I believe that he's taking this story further. We might now see the heroes that went off in space, and now they're trying to create, a new Earth on a different planet. And I think that one's called Deceased Dead Orbit or Dead Planet. I'm not entirely too sure, but I can't wait to read it, guys. Deceased Unkillables, out of the 3, this was my favorite. Year Zero was great as well, though, so there's really like a 1A, 1B, and the hot garbage water that was Ludocrats. I do not suggest picking that trash up. Read that shit online if you really, really want to read it. But guys, that's Deceased Unkillables. So it is really the first new comic book day back again. Here we go. Let's get into it. I hope you guys had a great Wednesday, a great new comic book day. Let me know down in the comments below, what did you pick up on this first-ish day back for new comics? I can't wait for next week, because Marvel is coming back. We're getting some Marvel books, and there's Marauders. So stay tuned for my Tuesday cop it or drop it, right? It's not buy or pass anymore for me. It's cop it or drop it. Am I copping this or am I gonna drop it? Marauders is coming up from Marvel, and I cannot wait. Guys, have a great day. Remember to check out the other videos on my channel. Subscribe. Take it easy. Have a great day. Peace.